James Arness, born James King Arness on May 26, 1923, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, carved a monumental legacy as an actor, most notably for his role as Marshal Matt Dillon in the CBS television series Gunsmoke. His life, spanning 88 years until his death on June 3, 2011, was marked by professional triumphs, personal tragedies, and a complex family story. The idea of an abandoned house tied to Arness seems to stem from sensationalized narratives, but his real estate dealings, marriages, children, and wealth paint a far more grounded picture. Arness grew up in a Methodist household with Norwegian and German roots. His father, Rolf Zirkler Arness, was a traveling salesman, and his mother, Ruth Dusler, worked as a journalist. He had a younger brother, Peter Graves, who later became famous for Mission Impossible. The family name was originally Arness, altered when their grandfather emigrated from Norway in 1887. James attended John Burroughs Grade School, Washburn High School, and West High School in Minneapolis, graduating in 1942, despite being a self-described poor student. He briefly attended Beloit College before being drafted into the U.S. Army in 1943. World War II shaped Arness profoundly. As a rifleman in the 3rd Infantry Division, he landed on Anzio Beachhead in January 1944. His height, 6 feet 7 inches, made him the first to test the water's depth, which reached his waist. During the Battle of Anzio, he was severely wounded in the right leg by German machine gun fire, enduring multiple surgeries and a lifelong limp. Honorably discharged in 1945, he earned the Bronze Star, Purple Heart, and several campaign medals. The war left physical and emotional scars, but he rarely spoke of it publicly. After the war, Arness drifted briefly, working as a radio announcer for WLOL in Minneapolis. In 1945, he hitchhiked to Hollywood, chasing a vague dream of acting. His early career was modest, with bit parts in films like The Farmer's Daughter, 1947, where he played Loretta Young's brother under the name Arness. He dropped the U from his surname at the suggestion of his agent, becoming James Arness. Small roles followed, often leveraging his towering frame for villainous or rugged characters, including a memorable turn as the alien in The Thing from Another World, 1951. His big break came in 1955 with Gunsmoke. Recommended by John Wayne, who turned down the role, Arness portrayed Matt Dillon for 20 years, from 1955 to 1975, making it one of the longest-running scripted series in TV history. He reprised the role in Gunsmoke, returned to Dodge, 1987, and 4 additional TV movies through the 1990s, spanning 5 decades as Dillon. The show's success cemented his fame, earning him $1,200 per episode early on and up to $20,000 per episode later, equivalent to about $150,000 today. Beyond Gunsmoke, he starred in How the West Was Won, 1976 to 1979, and McLean's Law, 1981 to 1982, and lent his voice to projects like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964. Financially, Arness thrived. At his death, his net worth was estimated at $8 million, though some tabloids claimed up to $27 million. His wealth came from acting, real estate, and investments. In the 1950s, he purchased a 950-acre ranch in Simi Valley, California, where he raised his family. Contrary to abandoned house myths, the ranch was a cherished home, not a derelict property. In 1968, he donated it to the Brandeis Bardin Institute, a Jewish youth camp, a decision valued at $2 million by 1972. The gift reflected his generosity, though some speculated his children might have had mixed feelings, as they loved the ranch. No evidence suggests he left behind neglected properties. His real estate was well managed. Arness married twice. His first wife, Virginia Chapman, an actress, wed him in 1948. They had 2 biological children, Jenny Lee, born 1950, and Rolf, born 1952, and Arness adopted Chapman's son, Craig, from her prior marriage. The family spent much of their time at the Simi Valley Ranch, where Arness enjoyed barbecuing and watching his kids ride horses. The marriage unraveled, however, and they divorced in 1963, with Arness gaining custody of the children. He shielded them from Hollywood's spotlight, once saying, "The kids don't really have any part of my television life." Tragedy struck the family repeatedly. Virginia struggled with emotional issues, attempting suicide in 1959 and 1960. In 1977, she died of an accidental drug overdose at age 56. Jenny, who pursued acting, faced her own demons. In 1975, at 24, she died of a deliberate drug overdose, reportedly after a breakup with musician Greg Allman. Craig, a photographer who worked for National Geographic and founded the stock agency Westlight, died in 2004 at 58 from lung and anemia complications. These losses weighed heavily on Arness, who remained stoic but deeply private about his grief. After his divorce, Arness dated actress Thordis Brandt for 6 years, from 1965 to 1972, but they never married. In 1978, he wed Janet Surtees, a relationship that lasted until his death. They met when Janet worked at a clothing store Arness frequented. Their bond was strong, and she supported his quieter, later years. Arness also had a stepson, Jim Surtees, from Janet's prior relationship, and at his death, he was survived by Janet, Rolf, Jim, 6 grandchildren, and a great-grandchild. Rolf, a world surfing champion in 1970, lived privately in Los Angeles, volunteering at a mental health clinic. The sad death narrative around Arness is misleading. He died of natural causes in his sleep at his Brentwood, Los Angeles home on June 3, 2011, at 88. His passing was peaceful, not dramatic, and he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. Before his death, he wrote a letter for his website, expressing gratitude. "I had a wonderful life and was blessed with many loving people and great friends. I wanted to thank all of you for the many years of being a fan of Gunsmoke, The Thing, How the West Was Won, and all the other fun projects." Arness's later years were low-key. After retiring in 1994, he published James Arness, an autobiography in 2001, offering glimpses into his life without oversharing. He and Janet supported United Cerebral Palsy, donating proceeds from his website. Despite chronic leg pain from his war injuries, which worsened during Gunsmoke's horseback scenes, he stayed active, enjoying time with family and reflecting on his career. His philanthropy, like the ranch donation, showed a commitment to community, and his bond with co-stars like Amanda Blake and Dennis Weaver remained warm, though he mourned their losses. The abandoned house trope likely stems from clickbait exaggerations, perhaps tied to the ranch he gave away or his preference for privacy, which fueled rumors. His homes were well kept, and no credible reports confirm neglected properties. Similarly, claims of abandoning his family are unfounded. He was a devoted father, though his custody battle and children's struggles were painful. His net worth, while substantial, was not hoarded but shared through charity and family support. Arness's life wasn't without flaws or sorrow, but it was far from the bleak caricature of some headlines. He was a man of resilience, shaped by war, fame, and loss, who left a legacy of iconic performances and quiet generosity. His story is less about abandonment or sadness and more about endurance and gratitude. Thank you for diving into the life of James Arness with me. His journey as Matt Dillon and beyond left an indelible mark, and I hope this script brought clarity to the man behind the myth. If you enjoyed this, share it, and let's keep exploring the stories that shape our past. Until next time, stay curious.